Everybody say good morning.
Live.
We're doing 2 weeks of 8-5-3.
No.
With the 8-5.
We're just factoring trinomials. We do spend a lot of time on it. This is the first day of factoring trinomials, guys. And they're going to be in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Oh, I was saying when we start the homework, dude, I don't want you to waste time now.
So we're going to go into trimester 3 with this. Are we
If you
going to go
enjoy
into
this
trimester
video,
3?
please remember to hit the like button.
We're going to have a quiz next week on this stuff, but you're going to see it gets progressively harder. Okay? So, is anybody smart enough to tell me what kind of, or why are these the easiest type of trinomials to deal with? Because where a is 1, which means the coefficient of the x squared is 1. That's the only type you're going to see today and tomorrow. When it gets tricky is when they put a number there that's not a 1. When they put a 4 there, or a 6 or a 5, then you got to really think. But we're only doing that. Coefficients of 1. So we can do this. All right, you need to have a really good understanding, guys, of factors and a good number sense, which I think everybody in here has. You're all good at it. You got to be you guys all know what the word persistent means? What's the word persistent mean?
Driven.
Keep at it.
Driven.
Give at it. Keep at it. Driven. Don't give up. Some kids look at these, they're like, I can't do this. No, can't have that attitude. All right, here's how we do this. We use the guess and check method,
I'm the king of guessing.
okay, to factor trinomials. And when you use that method and have good number sense, these are a breeze. All right, here we go. This is, guys, this is the opposite
You're a win.
of, what have we done in the last couple weeks? No, good guess though. When our answer was a trinomial.
I don't know what it was called.
When we did something and the answer was a trinomial.
Simplify.
FOIL. Nico's the smartest kid in here, guys. I don't care what anybody says. You get that on tape, Nico.
You just put me down.
This is the opposite of FOIL. So, here's my question to you guys. When we factor this trinomial, x squared plus 7x plus 12, what's the answer going to look like? Like, what's it?
Ooh.
What did we have when we were foiling?
Binomial times a binomial.
Guys, your factors into, believe this, factors.
Aren't you going to call me the smartest?
You are the smartest. Yeah, Nico, you're number 2 now. Factors into 2 binomials. Does everybody understand how Kevin thought about that? Because it was 2 binomials that we foiled and got a trinomial. Everybody shake your head and pretend you are listening. Okay. All right, now, here's this whole factoring thing. It's guess and check. You start with the first term, x squared. What are the only 2 things in the world that if you multiply together,
X.
you get x squared?
X.
And
And X.
everybody above the x squared, right? X, comma x. You just factored the first part of it. That's the only thing in the world that makes x squared.
Sweet.
Last one. Okay, now, you have to skip the middle term for right now, go right to the last term. Okay? Skip the middle term, go right to the last term. Somebody give me a pair of factors of 12. 6 and 2. Very good. Jot that down.
That was my guess.
Somebody raise your hand and give me another, because there's more set. Don't blurt it out. What's another set of factors of 12? Because there's more of them. Nico.
4 and 3.
4 and 3. Very good. There is one other set. Is anybody smart enough to get the last and final set of factors of 12? Henry.
12 and 1.
Genius. 12 and 1. Now, don't blurt it out if you know it. One of those 3 sets is right, and 2 of them are wrong. You're going to write it down now. Don't say it out loud.
Ooh, you guessed.
Because the light bulb is so going to go off here in about 10
Yes,
seconds for
okay.
everybody. Look at the factors. Think of FOIL. And look at the middle term of the trinomial. And when you have the factors that are the right answer, raise your hand.
I got it.
Let me say it all again. Look at the factors, 12 and 1, 6 and 2, 4 and
I
3.
got the next one
Think
too.
FOIL.
Yeah.
And look at the middle term and guess what the correct
Oh,
factors
okay.
are.
I know it.
There we go. For sure.
Henry.
4 and 3.
4 and 3. Why?
Because 4 plus 3 is 7.
Because they add up to the middle term.
The next one
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
Don't say it.
I know.
Guys, you will not even write down 12 and 1 and 6 and 2 because you will be like, What are factors of 12 that add up to 7? It's 4 and 3. So now let's factor it. Everybody put two sets of parentheses. We're going to put binomials. And now here's how this factor, you guys will not get here, but we broke up x squared into x and x. So the beginning of each binomial is x and x. Think about first in FOIL. First. Now, is anybody smart enough to figure out how the rest of it works?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Briggs.
X plus 4.
Plus 4
X plus 3.
and x plus 3. How could we check to make sure we did it right?
Do the FOIL and it'll make the
Everybody do FOIL on it. You have to FOIL.
all the time.
And watch, you'll be amazed at how fast you get it. Watch. I'm doing
I
first.
just know
X squared outside plus 3x
Can we do
inside
FOIL in our
plus
head,
4x.
Like later.
Later, yes, maybe. Then plus 12. And then, here's what I'm going to let you guys get away with. What's 3x plus 4x? Just write the 7x down and put a check by it. Because your x squared and 12, you don't have to write that out again. If you want to, you can. But just check to make sure that it's all about the middle term. If you can, the last terms, the first and the last is going to work out because we made it work out. But if you get that middle term, you know how to factor. Don't circle that as your answer.
Done with B and C.
Box your two binomials. And you just factored your first trinomial.
Done with B and C.
You get, once you start getting this, people, it's going to just snowball.
Kevin, ooh,
Got it.
come in.
K squared. What's the K squared?
Okay.
KK.
Not
All right,
okay.
everybody try to find factors of 10 that somehow might make 7. Factors of 10 that might make 7.
What do you mean
Or do make 7. Olsen.
5 and 2.
5 and 2. What's the only other set?
5 times 12, should I add them?
No, factors. That's why we're writing factors.
Yeah,
It's got to multiply because that's actually the last of FOIL. The 5 and the 2. Okay? So, who's got the answer? Who can write the final answer from left to right? Sonaro.
K plus 5 and times K plus 2.
Nice. Do FOIL on it, guys. K squared plus 2K plus 5K plus 10. 7K, Shazam.
K plus 2 times K plus 5 would be fine, right?
Yes, yeah, that's another thing. Guys, does the order of the binomials matter?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Multiplication is. Okay, let's try the next one.
This is the first part of our homework we should get to.
This is all your homework is tonight.
Why do people
Wow.
not get it?
You'll see. Why? It gets tricky when we change when negative signs get involved.
That's what I was
It gets tricky when negative signs get involved. All right, who can come up with factors of 15 that will eventually somehow make 16?
Good job, Aaron. I know you got it.
Chapinski. 15 and 1.
Yeah.
Write them above there. Okay, guys, eventually they're going to start putting coefficients in front of the y squared, and you're going to have to write like 3y and y.
But I don't want.
And you're going to see how it works. All right, Chapinski, final answer. Box it,
I think I can do the.
y squared plus 1y plus 15y plus 15. Do that. That makes 16y. Check it.
Let's just start over. You always have to check it?
Yes.
You'll get it wrong. I'm testing.
You, for sure. I'll take lots of points off yours. Okay. It does get tricky. Oh, yeah, let's talk about this.
I got D.
The order of your binomials does not matter. We've talked about that. Plus, we call these plus trinomials. Why do we call those plus
2
trinomials?
plus signs.
Because they're plus trinomials. What do they always factor into as far as their answers? Plus binomials.
Yeah.
That's what that means. The plus ones are easy because when it's plus, it always factors into plus. There's no negative sign. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Don't
Plus.
always check your factoring by FOIL. Please do that, people. All right, now when negative signs get involved, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Don't say it out loud if you know it.
Yeah.
I'll do the hard part. X squared is x times x.
I got it. Come.
Who can come up with factors of 18 that can make somehow negative 11?
Jeez, go on. I got it.
Come on, guys, think.
I'm raising my hand.
Factors of 18.
Oh, I got it.
What would multiply to make positive 18, yet add up to negative 11? That doesn't even make sense. McNulty!
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. X minus
No,
9.
give me the numbers first.
Negative 9 and
negative 9, and negative 2. Because they multiply to make how much, Kev?
18.
Positive 18. So, if you can write your binomials, Kev, the right way?
X minus 9. X minus 9.
Done. X squared minus 2x minus 9x plus 18. Negative 11x. Check. Box or two binomials.
Oh, you have to box that? Oh, because
Yeah, that's the answer. That's the factored answer. Don't circle your check.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you can do the next one. We know it's Q and Q.
I can walk through.
Now try to find factors of 36.
It's kind of hard.
Things that multiply to make, when the bigger numbers get bigger, you really got to think. And what you can do is write them down. I always wrote them down. 6 and 6, 9 and 4,
No.
36 and 1,
No.
12 and 3.
Yeah! Bingo!
And again, they would all have to be negative to multiply to make 30. So here's the we call them the magic factors: negative 12 and negative 3. So if you're stuck, start writing down all the factors you can think of. You will eventually get there. But I think you guys will all get to the point where you will go right to the factors that work pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
But try something. What I'm saying is, don't sit there and just hope for God to come out of the sky and give you the answer. Ain't gonna happen. Minus 12, minus 3, q squared, minus 3q, minus 12q, plus 36, minus 15q, check. Ooh, last one's a tough one in this section. Raise your hand when you got it. Write all the factors of 42 down until you get something that might make negative 23.
6 and 7.
It must be a huge number, like 18.
Ah, right. It's got to be bigger. Very good thinking, Olsen. When the middle number is big, one of the numbers is usually big. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
big numbers. Quinlan, what are they?
Negative 21 and negative 2.
Negative 21 and negative 2. That multiplies to make positive 42, yet adds up to negative 23. We found that we call them the magic factors. Y minus 21 times y minus 2. Foil it. Y squared minus 2y minus 21y plus 42 minus 23y. Shazam, we got the right answer. What do all minus plus trinomials factor into?
Minus 9.
Minus, minus. That would be very wise for you to remember that. Every time it's minus plus, it factors into minus minus. Can't work any other way. All right, let's switch signs around a little bit.
Oh, we're going to go
Say again.
minus now?
The back looks really tricky.
Yeah, right. With negative. Don't say it if you know it. You guys are all going to get it because you're going to have that good number sense. We're going plus minus next, and then we're going to go minus minus.
Could you?
Dude, don't say it.
Oh, yeah, I know. Please let me do it.
Everybody try to find factors of negative 27 that add up to 6. Let's see, I know it's M and N.
Oh, I was thinking.
Think about how the signs. Be
I
careful
got
with
it,
your
I
signs.
got it.
One is negative and one positive.
You better call on me.
How is it going to multiply to make a negative number any other way, Nico? That was another smart thing. He said, does one of them have to be positive, one have to be negative?
Yes.
Yes, that big hint. Because they have to multiply to make negative 27, yet add up to positive 6. Sarah, what do you think it is?
Oh. No, negative 3 and
Oh,
positive.
look at. She said 9. Did you say negative 9 and 3?
Yeah.
Negative 9 and 3.
No.
What do
That'd
those
be
add up to?
negative 6.
Oh, it's 9 and negative 3.
Yes.
So, what are you going to do with the signs?
Switch them.
Switch them.
9 and negative 3.
It's going to be 9 and negative 3. So this is where you got to be tricky. And that's why we call it guess and check, because you guess answers, check to see if it works. If it doesn't work, try something else. So, we got m plus 9 times m minus 3. M squared minus 3m plus 9m minus 27. Our 6m works. We got the
I
answer.
like these because on a test you can't really get them wrong. And
Exactly.
You just do it again.
If you guess and check, you should never get one of these wrong. You should never, ever, ever get one of these wrong. Try the next one.
It's really hard and confusing.
Guess and check until you get it. H and H, and how are we going to make 8 out of negative 20? How Negative 20. Meredith, what do you think the magic factors are? Why is the 10 positive? You're right, but why? Because you got to make positive 8, so your bigger factor has to be positive. Tell me the two binomials that it factors into, Meredith. H squared minus 2h plus 10h minus 20. 8h in the middle, shazam, we got the right answer. You guys are doing awesome. Ooh. What's even the coefficient of the middle term there?
1.
Positive 1 or negative 1?
Positive.
See if you can get factors of negative 20 that make positive 1.
I didn't say it. I said,
You did. You were going to say it until I yelled at you.
no, I didn't. I don't even know the answer yet.
Correct me.
Oh, yeah, I did say it.
You were going to say it.
Oh, I don't like this.
It's a tough one.
It's so easy.
So I think when it's got to make 1, it's pretty easy.
But, because it is. It.
Remember, it's going to multiply to make negative
my
20.
God.
Melissa, you got it? Think about what multiplies to make negative 20, yet adds up to positive 1.
It's like a riddle.
It's like a riddle.
It could be a
Well,
riddle.
give me two things that multiply to make negative 20. 20 and 1. That is not going to make 1 when you add them together or subtract them. Give me another set. 2 and 10. Very good. Give me another set. There it is. Now, which one has to be positive, which one has to be negative? The 4 has to be negative, the 5 has to be positive.
Yeah.
So it's going to be y plus 5 times y minus 4, and if you do FOIL on that, y squared minus 4y plus 5y minus 20, you get a positive y in the middle, and it checks out. That makes sense, Melissa?
I was thinking the same.
Guys,
I said
right?
20.
The smartest thing you can do when you're stuck is write down all the things that multiply to make the last number. You will be amazed at how fast you get through this tonight when you do that. Because you guys all have great number sense and you're all smart. So what do plus minus ones always factor into?
Negative positive.
One of each.
Ooh, I
It could
know.
be plus minus, or it actually could be a minus plus depending on how you have your binomials arranged. It's one of each basically. Does everybody agree with that? Okay. Now minus ones are kind of almost the trickiest ones, but they're not bad. Okay. Everybody try to figure out things that multiply factors of negative 40 that happen to add up to negative 3.
Has to be a negative.
What has to be negative?
Both of them.
Both of them? What do two negatives make when you multiply?
Oh, yeah, it has to be one negative.
It has to be one of each. Very good. But it's got to add up to negative 3. So you guys are getting good at this quickly. Write down factors of 40. You're stuck.
Oh, I already got it.
Kevin.
Look what happened.
right
As
now.
soon as you guys started writing factors down, you saw it.
Yeah.
Henry!
8, negative 5.
That doesn't make negative 3.
Nope.
It does. Negative 8 and 5.
Oh, negative 8, 5.
Negative 8 and 5. Very good. Guys, on the negative ones, the bigger factor has to be the negative 1. On the negative problems, the bigger factor has to be the negative 1 because it has to add up to a negative number. Then P and P. I got 2P here. Henry, give me how the binomial is set up.
P minus 8, P plus 5.
Then what's the variable in
I
number?
don't like the ones that add up to 1. Oh, no.
P
The ones
squared
that add to 1.
Plus 5P minus 8P minus 40. negative 3P. Shazam.
One.
All right. The ones that I always thought how do I want to say
They have
this?
to be big numbers.
Briggs?
Oh, I was.
I know.
They have to be very, very similar numbers, like
They have to be close to each other. How many apart are the numbers?
1.
Guys, I always thought the ones with the coefficient of 1 in the middle are the easiest ones because the two factors have to be 1 away from each other.
I thought if you had 56 and negative 1, it would work.
Oh, it's 8.
I got it.
It's
It's
negative
8 and 7.
56 that add up to negative 1.
Negative 8.
Negative 8 and 7.
-8 and +7.
But wouldn't 56 and -1 work?
Okay, what do -56 and 1 add up to?
No, 56 and -1.
Okay, what do 56 and -1 add up to? If you did FOIL on that, it wouldn't work. That's why we're going to check it with FOIL.
I like this.
Okay? Briggs, final answer for K.
Y squared plus 7y minus 8y minus 56.
Oh my God, that wasn't even anything English.
What are you
Oh, that's the FOIL. Give me the answer above it.
Oh, okay.
I think you
Y
should
minus
just
8
emphasize.
times y plus 7.
Nice. Which is y squared plus 7y
Is this really basic?
minus 8y minus 56
Yeah.
minus y in the middle. Check. Make sure you are circling or boxing the two binomials, guys, not your check. All right, last one in this section.
That's so easy. Oh, no, it's not.
Do it. Write the numbers down, guys. Write the numbers down. Somebody can find out factors of -15 that add up to -14. There's only two sets of factors of 15. It's either 15 and 1 or 5 and 3.
It has to be a negative. So it's
Right.
15.
X and X, and then Nico, what's -15?
Negative 15 and 1.
-15 and +1. Very good. Because that adds up to -14. Okay? That's that whole O and I stuff. So we got X minus 15 times X plus 1. FOIL it.
X squared plus x minus 15x plus minus 15.
That makes -14x. Look at all the good math that's going on there, guys, on your check.
Am I the smartest kid in the world?
You can do this.
How
You might be.
Oh my god.
No, I think I saw it.
That's debatable. On the bottom two levels.
All right. Now,
So hard.
they're not hard. They're easy. If they put a y squared or an n squared at the end, it doesn't really change anything. Just put a y or an n with your magic factors that you list above it. Here's what I mean by that. X squared clearly is what? X and X. Now, try to find, forget about the y squared for a second, but try to find factors of 24 that make 11.
Got it.
When you got it, raise your hand. Factors of 24 that make 11
Oh my god.
when you add them.
Get it!
Write them down if you don't see it. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Sidara, which ones are they?
8 and 3.
8 and 3. And then guess what you put after each one of them?
Y squared.
Y.
As I asked.
X and Y.
Just a y. Because guess what 8y times 3y is?
Oh yeah.
24y squared. We just factored the ending.
So it'd be X plus 8Y, and then times 20 of X plus 3Y.
And then what do you got to do with those two to check it, Al?
Foil it to
Guys,
X.
everybody practice foiling that because there's a lot of good variable work going on there. Do it.
Done. Backside.
Albano, factor that thing for me.
X squared
Outside.
plus 8XY.
Hey, she was very smart. She put her x's first on her monomial here. Always put them in alphabetical order, guys. So outside would be 3xy. Keep going. You're doing great.
Plus 8XY.
Beautiful.
Plus 24Y.
Plus 24y squared. Are the middle two terms like terms?
Yes.
What do they add up to? Amazing. 11xy. It works out. Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of got a lot of mumbo jumbo there. Try that last one on your own. Go. Don't make weird noises also.
Oh, I got it.
M&M.
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 Yeah, I just said,
Those are good stuff.
Okay, you careful with your signs?
Yes.
All right, give me the magic factors, Briggs.
8, negative 6. Negative 6.
8n and -6n. Don't forget your n's.
Oh,
Why is the 8 positive and the 6 negative?
because if you add them together, it's 2n.
Makes 2, right? Exactly. M plus 8n. M minus 6n. FOIL it. M squared minus 6mn plus 8mn minus 48n squared. Olson, really? Add those together, you get 2mn.
Somebody kill that bird.
No more whistling.
Wow, this is a plus.
Or any kind of goofy noises. When I act like an animal, I'll treat you like an animal.
Okay.
Throw them in a cage.
Throw 'em in a cage. All right, we good? Everybody say bye. We're signing off.
Bye.